In more and more parts of the country, paying for rent, let alone affording to buy a house, is becoming hard. And that is for multiple different reasons, but we cannot ignore the massive influence of mega corporations buying up tons of real estate, whether to then sell or to provide for rental housing. And then because they have so much control, being able to artificially elevate the price. And we have an amazing example of that right now. There was this look into Blackstone, the Blackstone Group, major investing group, in particular, how they were affecting the housing and rental market in San Diego. So back in 2021, they purchased thousands of affordable housing units. Literally, I believe it was 66 apartment complexes at one time. And as renters moved out, and there can be very aggressive techniques designed to make people move out, rents in some of these units were increased between 43 and 64% in just 2 years, which is really, really weird. Because when they were doing all of this purchasing, one of the global co-heads of Blackstone Real Estate said, Blackstone has long been a big believer in San Diego with multiple investments across our real estate business. We look forward to ensuring that these properties continue to provide the community with a high quality rental option at a good value. They stressed good value. I guess they weren't super specific about who would be getting that good value, because it feels like they're probably getting a good value for their investment. For the people trying to rent in San Diego, not so much. They have now become one of the biggest real estate holders in all of San Diego County. Before this buying spree, they had 4.5 billion in assets there. And as a result of this now, people are being priced out. And it can be even worse than just the sheer economic effect. When you own so much of the housing, you don't have to maintain good standards because you're not in competition with the other apartment complexes that your corporation owns. And so the price goes up, the quality and the amenities go down. And that is what many people are experiencing in San Diego right now. River, what do you think?
I mean, welcome to the slumlords. You know, it's just very, it does not bode well, I don't think, for cities like San Francisco being sort of the blueprint of this, and now moving on to San Diego. There's no competition for price. There's no competition for renters to be protected. I mean, I live in Los Angeles. This stuff is already going on where these corporations put out these letters to people that look very official, that they have no recourse for anything, and people believe it because why wouldn't they? Sometimes it's somebody's first time renting, like people are. English as a second language, like it's taking advantage of the common person. I mean, the idea that we have a middle class is a joke at this point. And working class people are less and less protected in this country in the most basic and common of ways. And your home, we should value renting as a home just as much as we elevate the homeowner in this country as though they have more power and control, and they do. And it's just baseline unfair, that just because you are in a place to own your home does not make you a more valuable, citizen, neighbor, person in this country. And so I'm not somebody that's like regulation, but there has to be some baseline regulation of corporations owning our homes. It's a nightmare to consider that literal corporations will own our towns. It's Pottersville, it's like no exaggeration to say that one place owns everything. And it's,
exactly.
It's not our government, which I also don't totally agree with, but there's gotta be some balance,
Yeah, and it can be bad enough when you have a monopoly in all sorts of different products. They're almost always bad, but we're not talking about some sort of like optional thing that people can just decide, well, I guess I won't buy a yacht. This is housing. This is as foundational as anything you spend money on. And so, yeah, I don't know exactly where you strike that balance, but I have a feeling where you shouldn't strike it is where it's at right now in San Diego.